Inconsistent.
All right. So you said you voted for Christine Gillibrand.
No, so I the reason why she stands out and her name stands out is because she reminds me of Mike's girlfriend, well, the one he wanted to have in the office, the other HR lady. Remember the girl that he really liked, and they were like quirky together. It was so fucking annoying, their relationship. Anyways, she looks just like
Who the
her.
hell's Mike?
Mike from The Office, the show, The Office.
Who's Mike? I don't remember no character.
The manager, Michael.
Michael.
Remember he liked the HR girl?
Not at all.
Well, she looks like Kristen Gillibrand.
I haven't watched it in so long. I don't remember anything about it.
Anyway, so she looks like Kristen Gillibrand, and I was watching Disney because I'm like, I have Disney because I have Verizon now, so I have Disney, and I gave up Netflix. So let me fucking use Disney.
There's some good stuff on Netflix.
Right?
You don't have Apple, right? TV?
No.
There's some good shows on Apple TV, bro.
I saw some previews. I was like, that shit look good. Anyways, bitch. So I'm watching this UFO series that Disney pulled out, 2023, this fucking year. Gillibrand is on it, and they're going.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and they're going over like how it came out, the whole
UFO thing.
the UFO thing, like when that nigga who retired, who left the Secret Service or whatever, the Pentagon or whatever, and he had the unclassified files, and he came out with it. That it was all over the news. It was like 2007 or some shit like that. Don't quote me on it. And I was like, wow, that was
the
a
Tic Tac
hot
video.
Yeah,
Okay.
where you see the little ship in
The
the,
pilot.
turns.
I was like, what the hell's going on here? What is that? Following it.
Infamous video.
Okay, keep going.
Anyways, that's as far as I got. Because
That mean nothing.
exactly, because it doesn't. I'm watching the little bit that I saw in the first episode that I saw. I'm thinking to myself, wow, all these years passed, and ain't shit,
Yo,
ain't shit
I was about to say,
happened.
I want UFOs so bad,
Horribly badly.
but I know that it's not. I'm at the point where I was like, I don't think they exist. I want them to exist so bad, but I don't think. If they exist, they're so far away, bro. They're not gonna get here.
Well, when they
Think
were
about how big the universe is. The sun is 8 minutes, light minutes. It's so
time out, you little whore. The thing about that
the
shit is
sun that's causing global warming. It's right there, but it's also so far.
right. Forget about all that. I get that, but when because you know they got CGI and graphics and shit, so I understood this. Right, I understood that these unidentified flying objects are doing maneuvers, and you've heard the pilots say like we don't have that technology. Like, but when they put the graphics behind it and the numbers of the speed versus their speed, it's so entertaining.
Yeah, I love that. Okay,
It's so entertaining because I'm like,
entertaining is a perfect definition, like explanation of what I feel like when I watch stuff
because they're like, so one of the scenes they're like, you know, the Blackbird. That the first supersonic
Yeah.
jet that was like a top secret for mad long, fucking huge. They were like, for us to maneuver, it would take the state of Ohio to turn at its top speed,
That's crazy.
or something like that. Colorado, some fucking state. It would take a whole state just to make a 90-degree turn. So then they were like, while we were flying, this thing was doing this, and they draw the lines and shit. And then when we engage it, then it started like. Under us
crazy,
instantly, and they're like, but you have to remember that our top speed, even if we were in that jet, our top speed is 3,000 miles per hour. This was going in excess of 13,000 miles per hour. If it took a whole state to turn at 3,000 miles per
You
hour,
think it's human time traveling into the past? They're like, oh snap, they're onto us. Let's get out of here.
you saw,
You know what I mean? Like instead of it being actual UFO, it's just humans going back in time to collect something. I don't know, to do some research on us. Where do we mess up at? That maybe the future is so bad. They're like, we need some DNA from the past to improve the future. So they abduct us and take some of our DNA,
I mean,
so they can improve whatever humans are going on. In the
what a great story.
yes.
for entertainment purposes.
That'd be
What
great.
a great
The
story.
population is dwindling so much. They're like,
We need more.
we need DNA. We need more diversity of DNA.
Like that episode of Star Trek where the whole planet was like only like 7 people cloned and cloned and cloned,
Yeah.
and they needed fresh meat.
Exactly.
Like that.
And then like beyond that, like they're like, we have a lot of technology, but we don't have enough people to develop. So some of our good technology is like, we can't invent new stuff because it's just a little bit of people. We need to go back in time and grab some stuff and bring it to the future to like use it in the meantime until we get our population up. You know what I mean? Like you got to rely on old technology just to get us to this, you know.
Technology? No, I would think of the gene pool.
Yeah, I mean, gene pool's the way. That's the main line of the story. But there's other
Right.
stuff.
Oh.
We also got to grab this, and we don't have enough animals because we polluted. So we got to come back and abduct some cows.
Oh my God! Like Kirk did when he went back to get the whales.
Yes, we got to get the whales around to the future.
Ooh.
Global warming is real. You know, this is why I don't think also there's time travel. 2 reasons. One, if you invented time travel as humanity,
Right.
if you invented time travel, whatever year, it doesn't matter. Either next year or 5 years from now or 1,000 years from now, I would bring technology back in time with me and give it to us and be like, yo, fast forward our timeline.
You would.
You know what I mean?
You would go back and
Give
upgrade.
future technology. Here, take this. This is all the explanations of how we did it. This is the new technology.
So
And
you
fast
know,
forward the
you know
timeline.
when we were talking about
Like in that Voyager episode.
Which
with
one?
the time ship and the guy had it. Remember they went to the 1990s and they were walking around and there was a guy in the tower that had freaking... that's when the doctor got the Mobley emitter. I would do that.
Remember how we were always, I've said this, I know you've heard me say this way too many times, where I was like, how is it that we got so advanced with technology in 150 years, whatever
Yeah.
it was? And then to that point, I think about that because it's like, maybe we did. Maybe that's how we got to the moon. Maybe that's how we got all this shit.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast. The premise of the podcast is this. If you can leave one sentence, let's say the humanity is done, and you can only leave one sentence to whatever could develop next, or the next phase of humanity that comes after, just one sentence, what would you leave? So they asked doctors this, physicians, all kinds of people from different science fields, you know, physics.
If you could leave one message,
Just one, as short as possible, just concise, just what would it be?
what would the message be?
So they asked this guy, and he was like, I would leave nothing. And they were like, what kind of answer is that? And he goes, if you can develop one science, it leads to the development of another science. And it just cascades from that point forward. It just takes some time for them to figure it out. But it's almost like when you unlock one technology, the next step is almost there. Like you just need to find it. You know what I mean?
So wait,
It's not impossible. Basically, it's just like you're not gonna if you're doing rocks, like, you know, sticks and stones, you're not gonna develop nuclear fusion. But little by little, as you develop one technology, you'll do the other, and it will just keep going. And he goes, "There's no way, physically, that they won't develop to the point where we are. They wouldn't need no help at all."
wow, what a cheap bastard.
Yeah, he's like, "I would leave him nothing." And then some lady was like, "I would leave. There's no God, and that's it. I would just say there's no God. That way, there's no wars." Which is BS because there's wars. There's so many different reasons why.
Right.
People use excuse like, "Oh, man, you say God."
Yeah, we're looking for a reason to kill these
Yeah.
people.
I want to take their gold. So what can I say? I came in the name of Jesus.
I come in the name of
Yeah.
Buddha.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think Mike would say vote for Donald Trump, but
Vote for whoever you want.
I would say, damn, would I leave? What would I leave?
Don't vote for Biden because he's gonna die before. So don't do it.
I mean, I don't know. I think at this age, I would be like, life is.
Whoopsie.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to help.
I would say, I don't know. It's something cliche. Like, life is short. Enjoy it.
That actually might be good because so many people go through life, they don't even. Remember I was working with that lady. She's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do after whatever?" I was like, "I'm gonna go to the gym, whatever." I was like, "Life is short. I gotta fill up my time." You know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Haha, that's good." And I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go shower and whatever and just chill." I'm like, "Wasting your time, lady."
I mean, I mean, there's time for chilling, right?
There's always time for chilling.
The reason why you feel that way is because you spend more time chilling.
Look at us. We're morphing into each other. Yeah. Yeah.
The reason why you feel that way is because you spend most of your time chilling and you're trying to make up for the you're at a stage in your life we're called midlife crisis where you're like, I gotta fill up shit that I should have been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I realize now that I'm running out of time.
And that's what I told Isaiah too. I was
that's
like,
cute, but they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it.
It sucks.
That's why leaving that cliche remark that I said, like, enjoy life because it's hard. Pointless.
Yeah.
I see young niggas in the street, even at work, and I'm like, they don't. Even if I tell them just how short life is, they're not gonna realize it till they hit that point of midlife crisis.
Like, damn, I've been drinking and getting drunk every night, wasting my time. Yeah.
See, because I've chose that life, I'm at the point where I was like, it's too late.
You might as well just enjoy it.
Just enjoy the ride. Now, don't finish him. Finish him. Don't do a finish him. But relax. Take it a little slower.
So wait. So what sentence would you leave then, if you could?
I don't fucking know because
it's a hard. You got to think.
It's a great question because it's like, instinctively I want to hook up like my family, but you're leaving a message to who and when and where.
We don't even know. It could be just cockroaches that develop in some sort of smart. What would you leave them? Or monkeys, or freaking octopuses. They said that's going to be another one. That's a possible replacement for humanity.
Don't create plastic.
That's good.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Leave the oil in the ground. Don't touch it.
Don't create plastic. Plastic is so fucked up. And you know what's fucked up about plastic? We didn't need it. The government knew we didn't need it.
I mean, it made everything a lot cheaper. That's for sure.
Bro, you could have used hemp.
True.
We went over this.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
We could have used hemp. We still could use the hemp.
Yeah.
But they were like, I'm going to hook up my friend here who's into PVC piping, and we're going to make PVC piping across America.
And that's why we're not making time travel, because we don't use hemp.
That's why capitalism always fails. No, it's the greatest system yet, but it's going to fail.
Oh, but that has nothing to do with capitalism.
Absolutely.
No, it doesn't, bro.
Yes, it does. It was a capitalistic mindset. Instead of when the government was like, you know what, we're gonna ban marijuana.
No, that's called crony capitalism.
Pendeja, you can't add words to a word.
No, but that's what it's called. It's called. That means that you're making a deal to push somebody forward. That's government. Government does stuff like that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Us, I don't care about.
What I'm saying is that it's nothing to do with the capitalism. It has to do with the government
that uses capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not capitalism per se. It's the government. It's like a gun.
It's not
the bad guy. Exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I still think there has to be a better way, bro.
I'm still trying to figure out the left and right.
I know. I feel bad for the YouTubers that don't exist. They're gonna be dizzy. They're gonna look at their phone like ready to throw up on themselves because of the back and forth. Anyway, so back to this stupid. I think I'm gonna finish watching it. When it comes to UFOs, hence this little nigga up here, I really do hope they come in peace, because we could use a lot of that. Because there's two outcomes: war and war.
What if there some sort of future technology we made that came back in time? Or not even back in time. It will have to be or some future technology from a different universe or a different planet, whatever the hell. You ever heard of oh my god, what are they called? There's a theory that they say that the way we're going to be able to find other planets, because we can't do it on our own, like not planets but like other species, because there's no way humanity can do it, right? So what they'll do is they'll send out a self-replicating satellite, and the job of the satellite is to go out there
as far as it can.
It finds minerals. It stops on a freaking asteroid. It mines metals, and it has this thing where it can make another satellite, and it launched. Now it's two of them, and they both do the same thing over and over again. And they just keep replicating until they find one. Yeah, exactly. There's a network now. We can shoot signals and relay all the way to the back to humanity. Yeah. So they say that one satellite will find the asteroid belt, and it'll just be non-stop, just shooting out more and more and more. It'll just be there forever. And the other ones are just.
And that's how the Borg came about.
Yeah. So what if it's like a Cylon? Remember the Cylon ships?
They were like alien. They were like fleshy niggas too, right?
Yeah, but they made the flesh. They didn't start with flesh. Remember, they were robots.
They were robots. Oh my.
And they developed into flesh because they wanted to be like their gods, their masters, humanity.
Oh my gosh. That's
What a good story, right?
Wow.
What are you doing, writers?
They're in strike. And so are the actors.
The actors too. What the
They
hell?
joined. It's been over 6 decades.
You saw that they pushed all these movies. back and
Ronald
shows.
Reagan was the president the last time there was an actor strike.
Oh, really?
He was a fucking actor.
That's true. He was an actor. Joe Biden's an actor.
Donald Trump is an actor.
That's Donald Trump is an actor. He was in.
The Apprentice.
But he was also on
Home Alone.
2. Yeah, that's an actor. Yeah. We're run by actors. Somebody would take that as a conspiracy and they would make it into a real.
Well, we know the ultimate conspiratist, if that's a word, is The Simpsons.
Oh my God.
Child support.
Let me just. She could text me.
Take cuidado, ladies and gentlemen.
But so like Asylum, where they develop their own thing, then they come to Earth, and now they found us, and now they're testing our capabilities by flying around, doing like, oh, they can't keep up.
So when the pilot was saying when they engaged, they caught the attention, and it started maneuvering around them. Before it was like, we're going to make a sharp turn here, and we're going to go back into the water. But it wasn't until they engaged where it was the ship had noticed, and then little did one of like these, and was like.
So you know what's interesting, right? So this is what there was a long time where there was like, we don't see UFOs. Just every once in a while somebody will see them. Then they'll do the painting. Oh, there's a UFO. These things that fly. And then all of a sudden we develop radar. Now we found them again. We see them. Now then it was a while that we didn't see UFOs. There was no talk of UFOs around.
They went on vacation or something.
Yeah. And then now we develop a new form of radar, and now we're starting to see them again. And I wonder if the UFO is like, oh, they figured out how to find us. Let's develop, so they can't find us no more. Now we're finding them again, so they're like, okay, we got to develop. So
we got to go infrared beta 9.
Yeah, we got to do something totally different now. We got to get away from them. Yeah. So I wonder if there's going to be a gap now.
When they're gone.
And then in like 10 years, there'll be another pop-up of mad UFO sightings. Did you hear about the war in Los Angeles? That's what they called it. There was a point where the military saw UFO. They didn't know what it was. And this is during the Cold War, I think, if I remember correctly. So they just started shooting at it. Freaking bullets in Los Angeles. And I was like, what's going on? Because they saw a UFO and they were trying to shoot it down. Obviously, they didn't catch it, but it's called the Battle of Los Angeles. Even though it wasn't a battle, they just started shooting. It's like shooting in the sky. They're crazy.
The alien must have been like, they're so cute.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. They're still shooting.
They're shooting little metal.
They're shooting
little metal fragments at us.
Yeah.
Damn. So you don't think there are aliens in the whole entire universe?
Skeptical. No, I'm skeptical that there's any that are here. Like if I had to think in the mindset of these like the scientific mindset, right? That there's a possible planet far away that they have aliens, then I would say that they're probably just too far away. You know what I'm saying? Because of the whatever Drake equation that they figure out, they're like, there has to be something, right? I just think they're just too. The universe is so expansive. How close is the next star system to us?
Deep.
It's 4 light years away, right? That means if we travel at the speed of light, which we can't, it'll take us 4 years, right? So if we travel at half the speed of light, it'll take us. I think it's 8. I don't know if it's actually 8 or if it's actually the equation actually multiplies. It takes double, like 32 years, something like that.
Oh, so instead of 8, it's 16?
Like something weird. Yeah, something like that. Something
it's
weird.
Double.
Like that.
Yeah, it has to be. Simple
so
math.
That's the next. So the next star system. What's the possibility that there's one guy over there, or one? It's probably not. It's probably 5 stars away, which is even like quadrupled. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just too far.
Damn. What's fucked up about this is that what other interest would they have in a species that's so...
That's why my future guy coming back is the one that makes the most sense.
Future guy coming back.
They need DNA to repopulate the future. They're having problems. They're saying that I don't know who they are. I heard it somewhere where they're saying that we're going to have issues in the future with reproduction.
Yeah, the book was saying
because of the plastics. I think it might be plastics.
Plastics?
There's something in the plastics. I forget what they're called. There's something that's in the plastic that every human has it inside their body right now because of plastic. And they're saying that it causes problems with our reproduction. You heard about the taint? It's such a random thing. The space between your butthole and your balls. There's like a gap there. They're saying because of the plastics, that gap is smaller on humans today than they were in the past.
So our buttholes are closer to our balls?
Or your balls are getting pulled back more.
Oh my God.
We're not developing into as men as it used to be.
What the fuck are we?
I don't know. They're saying that it used to be like 50. I forgot the name of the doctor. She was saying that in the past, women's gap and men's gap were like 50% larger, and then like it's shrunk down. It's almost even.
What is that space called?
She said the taint. That's what she called it.
The taint?
Yeah.
I was on the live stream and somebody called it something else, and I couldn't stop dying laughing. What they called it, and I can't remember what it was, but they were referring to that middle spot, that in between spot between the bunghole and the dun 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 dun.
We used to call it something else too.
It's the meat.
But they're saying so anyway in the future they're saying that if we continue the way we are, it's gonna make it more difficult for reproduction.
I thought simply because we're not having as many kids as we used to,
and also sperm counts going down.
That's because of the shit that we're fucking eating.
That's what she said. Like the future, we're gonna have a hard time
making new ones.
4 generations from now.
You think the vaccine lowered niggas' sperm count, and that's why they got all these migrants coming in?
Wow, that's such a wild association.
That's such a wild, right? Like what? Like,
yo, you think the government's like, yo, we're losing population? You think let some more in secretly?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
fuck it.
Exactly.
That part right there. Who the fuck is gonna question us?
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, in the public, they're like, we got a crisis, and behind the table, they're like, yeah, we need them. Send more in.
Yeah, keep coming.
Man, we're gonna put some fake wall that they can easily climb.
We're gonna put them in your kids' gymnasium.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? The mayor was gonna put kids in the public school gymnasium.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
It's like hurting my ears.
And then when they did a survey, they were like, where are these people? How many people actually went to the shelters that were developed? And I was like,
gone.
Not even 10% showed up.
And you know what's interesting about those numbers? Okay. You have, let's say a family. You know, whatever. A wife, a husband, 3 kids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They come over. Okay, we made it. They're bringing 3 kids that are now gone. They're probably with the parents because the parents are gone too. But those numbers get put to the side because they're like, okay, adults and children. Even though in reality, they're probably all together in a family. The husband's working behind a restaurant. Okay. The wife is cleaning houses or mowing lawns. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of doing their thing secretly. But those numbers, they say adults and 3 children. And then they got another family that's the same thing. Where's this family? They're gone. They never came to court. They never went to the shelter. Okay, they had 2 kids. And then they add those numbers. And then they're like, 8,000 kids are missing. And you're like, oh my God, 8,000 kids are missing. Meanwhile, they're just with the family that they just haven't showed up to court. But the numbers sound insane. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like, oh my God, we have a crisis on our hands.
You think that's why they're doing it, so they can get funding?
Who's going to get funding?
From the government?
Who's they?
The mayor's trying to get money for a hot minute. We need help. It's an existential crisis.
Well, you know, when Texas was saying it for years, people should have listened. They should have did what they have to do to protect the border. But everybody's like, oh, Texas is right wing, so, you know, they're racist. Then they're like starting to start shipping them to New York, and New York was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Is there a way we could make this a non-freaking sanctuary state? What is it called?
That's up to the mayor or whatever, the governor.
Nah, it's not gonna happen. We got Ellis Island, nigga. That was our whole point.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it because it would make them look racist. You know what I mean? That's what everybody would call. Oh my God, they're so racist. They don't want the Mexicans here.
Or they're inhumane.
Exactly, and you can't do that because your voters that vote Democrat, they're gonna look at that like, no, we can't be like that. If it was a Republican,
But they know damn well they're sucking the life out of the little bit that we do have.
They know that. But they
crazy.
need the votes. How am I going to get a paycheck? You think the mayor's going to work in Starbucks? I need to stay in this job. I can't.
That nigga ain't doing shit.
No.
His head is so gassed. You heard him on the preaching?
Oh, God.
Did you?
Yeah.
I only read the subtitle. I couldn't watch it.
Exactly. If I watched some of it, I was like, I can't do this.
I just saw the subtitles, like, because there were like 30 clips of it. Everyone's trying to repost it. And I'm just like, he's talking shit about himself.
You know what's funny? I feel like
this is the same mayor that when he got elected, he's out in the club until 3 a.m. celebrating for 4 months straight.
And I feel like each side watches the other side doing stupid stuff more than
they're watching their own ass.
They're watching, like, if I was a Democrat, I would go to the mayor like, what are you doing, bro? Calm down. Take it easy. Focus on the freaking policies. Let's get these things done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but instead, they're like, oh, we can't attack him. He's part of our team.
That's how they...
You're supposed to attack your team. You're supposed to be like, what are you guys doing? Keep in line. Come on. We got
you're making us look bad.
Yeah. It's almost like you're playing a basketball game and the one guy's dancing with the ball. And you're like, what are you doing, bro? Start playing the game correctly.
Dennis Rodman.
Exactly. You got to freaking check him sometimes. Like, yo, you know what? Then the other team is like, oh, look, he's dancing on the field. That doesn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? Why do you care what they're saying? Focus on your guy.
Damn, son. Do you think that we'll see first contact with an alien species in our lifetime?
I think it's devils, demons.
I can't deal with this Christian shit.
If I had to think, that's why I specify. If I had to think in like a scientific thing,
yeah,
because the way I think,
little God out of it.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So no, not at all.
I was gonna say, even if you add God, I'm gonna say no because
not in our lifetime. I don't think so. I think personally, I think it's all bullcrap. I don't think none of it's real. I think it's just people. When they say unidentified, that just means we don't know what it is. It doesn't have to be aliens.
How many times they said that in the first episode of that show?
It could be a kid that let go of a balloon and it's floating by and an airplane flies past. Like, oh my God, what was that metal-looking object? Meanwhile, the back of the balloon is like metal. Oh my God, it was a freaking spaceship it looked like. Meanwhile, it's just a freaking balloon. But you can't prove that it's a balloon, so it's unidentified flying object.
Right. It's just
you drove past it.
All it is that we got some shit we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. But if we could, we would know. But we don't know.
We don't know.
It's not aliens, though.
And in the documentary, the goal, it was always been, we don't know, and that's a threat to us.
Well, that's true.
Period.
That's true.
So we're not saying they're aliens. We're just saying whatever it is.
Now, if you take a conspiracy guy, he's gonna be like, they know something because they're They said we have to increase defensive. They could be dangerous. The government said that the UFOs are dangerous. That's the headline. And now every freaking TikTok conspiracy theorist, they're going to be floating in the background. The government believes there's UFO. They believe that they're dangerous. You know what I mean? And it spreads.
They must know something.
Exactly. Meanwhile, they're like, we don't know what it is. We can't prove whether it's this or that. But just in case it is that, we need to protect ourselves.
Give us more money.
You know what I'm saying? Give us more money. Because I got to keep my job. Just like the mayor's like, let the immigrants in. Even though it's bad for everything else. We can't just kick them out. I need my money. That's what it all is. We say it all the time. It's about money. It's about money. That's like the homeless thing. You ever heard about that homeless thing?
What?
They said that we have enough money. They're talking about Los Angeles. They have enough money to stop homelessness completely. They have.
And what are they doing? Reparations.
No, exactly. But what they do is they intentionally,
which might be helping some of those poor people.
They intentionally keep people, not keep them poor, but like don't help them out as much. Because think about it, if your job is to work to help homeless people, if you get rid of all the homeless people,
job security, nigga.
You lost your job.
Job security.
So we need to
slow down. You know what that's like? That's like when you finally got that job, you learn quickly that don't do more because you're gonna make us all do more.
Yeah.
So let's all do the least
We
possible.
all do the same amount. And if you get out of line,
We're gonna have to fuck you up.
we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk.
It's funny because they centralized the payroll department and they took it away from the borough. So I manage a borough, and they took all the payroll niggas and they centralized them. And the three girls were talking, and they were like, they're honest about our numbers and da-da-da-da. And one of the three girls, been there the longest, bangs it out. So the other two girls pulled her to the side. They're like, listen, now that they're centralizing us, we're gonna need you to slow
We
the
were
fuck
just
down.
talking about something similar.
Something
Imagine.
just like that. It's such a
Well,
common
they were
thing.
like, we can't do that because they're gonna know, and we're all asked out. So we do it this way so they don't know.
Agree. You don't agree? Let's go to
And
the
if
back.
you got
real
a
quick.
problem, we gotta tell you what to do. And they might try to reprimand you because you didn't do your job. Or not.
Yeah,
We got your back, bro. Just chill.
And it's funny because I was gonna intervene and instruct them to do the very same thing that they were gonna do. I was gonna guide them as their manager.
But like, look, imagine I'm the union leader right now. This is what you gotta do if you guys want job security.
You need to slow down.
And you can play with your
Y'all
phone
two gotta-
for 90% of the shift.
Exactly. So I was about to intervene, but when I saw the other two pull the
Senior.
senior person, Tito Maria, and they were like, and when I saw them already doing it, I was like, look at humankind,
Yeah.
naturism.
So there's I read on Reddit. Somebody was like, my job is to do this on QuickBooks and da-da-da. He goes, I've automated the entire thing. I work 10 minutes a week. I don't submit it until right when my shift's about to end.
Oh, and I'm stressing about it.
Exactly.
I'm fucking.
And I'm going back and sometimes I go back and forth.
That's literally what I did today.
And they're like, he's like, I've been doing this for 3 years straight, and I feel bad because I'll be on vacation doing this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Bermuda on my phone. Oh my gosh, the numbers is going to come in a little late. I'm sorry, there's a lot to do. I'm going to go for a swim now.
Yo, I literally did that today. I have a quarterly report due, and I could have banged it out way long ago, but of course not.
Of course, if the company finds out, then they're like, oh, we want our time because they're paying you. But as a worker, shut up.
Shut the
Shut up. Why would you snitch on yourself?
Yo, bro. I feel like I'm teaching my director that.
There was another one I read similar where some guy was like, I work in IT. He goes, if people knew how many times I just Google it and do it, they will fire me. Cause I'll be like, let me take the computer, I'll figure it out.
Hell yeah.
And they just Google it. Okay, that's the answer. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I fix it. And they're like, wow, you're a genius.
I already know that this low dumbass company that doesn't know how to do anything, and they're all like that. They're all wasting money. I already know that they'll figure it out, and I'm gonna be out of a job.
Yeah, but that's years from now.
Exactly.
In the meantime, you're giving me a check.
Even today, when I had to do that report, we got sidetracked trying to delegate this little people problem with the two employees, and I banged it out. Yo, tell me how at the end of it, they're yelling at each other, going back and forth. She's trying to delegate it. We're here for an hour, and I'm just like, bro, I put my people skills to the thing. Tell me how at the end of it, one of them finally cracks. I was like, you know what? I just want to say that, because I was like, listen, you're obviously not listening to each other, but you now express how you feel about the situation. You got it off your chest. This is the game plan. This is how you're going to communicate. This is how you're going to communicate. And, you know, at the very end, we're not here to be friends, but at least we're going to be able to get through it. That's the game plan moving forward.
Right now?
Then one cracked and one was like, I just want to say I want my friend back. They started crying and they hugged. My boss was like, a whole hour for this? And then I look at her and I was like, you know I'm not going to have that report today, right? She was like, I need that report. I was like, come on.
I had to fix the problem.
She was like, because I was able to finish this thing. She was like, fine, Monday. I was like, In the back of my mind, I'm like, why are you stressing it when you could get an extension? You're the director.
Yeah.
Like, why do people think things? At the end of the day, I feel like 99.9% of situations that come up in your life, it wasn't that serious.
I think that in the near future, we're going to look at computers taking over so many jobs. In our lifetimes.
This is in our lifetime.
100% it's in our lifetime. We're gonna see computers taking over so many jobs.
Yeah, but when I hear that, right, I hear what I see is a bunch of Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico doing shit.
Doing shit? They're doing nothing. I'm telling you right now, there's a bunch of Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico doing shit right now.
And that's gonna be
they're already like that.
They're already like that. Imagine when robots take over.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all help. Do you think? Because we're on the topic of aliens, do you think that when we get to that point, the robots are gonna be really looking?
What do you mean?
Let's go back.
Yeah.
The topic is this. Do you think when these niggas
when they show up,
they're already here?
Okay, they're here.
But when we get to the stage where everything is automated through robots and AI, do you think that's when they're gonna start really watching?
The aliens?
Like,
oh yeah, because they're real danger. AI compared to us. You know what I'm saying? We could kind of control. AI is just does whatever is the most efficient. Remember, the AI is not really think. It's not really AI. They're not. It's
AI.
not thinking. It's just doing.
Right.
So there's no negotiation. They're just gonna do. So remember, I was telling you before you told me to shut up about the military. Each military branch has its own version of artificial intelligence department that they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
So there was one where they were programming, the Air Force was programming their planes to learn how to dogfight, right? And they're like, this AI is annihilating. And the best pilots we have is just murdering them all. So the job we gave the AI was to kill the enemy, right? So one of the guys that was behind the computer labeled some stuff, don't kill these targets. Because the way the mission was, we want you to eliminate these things while the humans go in and eliminate those things. But the AI's job is to kill the enemy. So you know what the AI did? In the computer, because it was in real life. It killed the operator so it can kill those people. So that way the operator doesn't stop it from killing the enemies.
It wanted to do it.
Because it was programmed to kill the enemy. It's not me thinking emotional or thinking, oh, I'm going to kill this guy. It just thought, what I got to do to accomplish my goal? And the operator stopping me, the operator is the enemy. Let me get rid of the operator so I can start taking out the enemies.
Feels like a Donald Trump statement. I don't know why.
What?
Let me do it. I want to give the news.
Yeah. So that's why the AI, they were saying that's why the AI is dangerous, because America is like, oh, we're gonna take proper precautions so it doesn't happen. But they're like, do we think Russia's gonna do that, or China? They might just accidentally let it loose. You know what I'm saying? An AI that's like kill the enemy, and then before you know it, it's like, oh, the most efficient way is actually just to hit them with nukes. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're saying. It's not thinking. It's just doing what it's programmed to do, and it's gonna think about the most efficient way because it's a learning. What is it called? Learning model, whatever they call it, or general intelligence. Like it's self-learning. They're like it's gonna figure out how to do things. The most efficient way possible.
Adaptive.
Yeah. So it's not thinking. It's not like the AI is like, who are going to kill them. It's just doing what it's programmed to do, and that's it. So they're like, that's the dangerous part about it. There's no negotiation. It's just going to do it. It's no question asking, and as fast as it thinks is as fast as it's going to do it.
All right, let's wrap this alien shit up. Question. Alien pops up, you're by yourself. What do you think is most likely your reaction?
I'm going to scream, number one. And I think once I get past the, oh my God, what is this? I'm just going to start asking it a bunch of questions, I think. If I try to communicate with it somehow. Because first thing, you're like, oh, it's like seeing a monster. Cool.
The shock.
And it's just there like, oh, who are you? Who are you? What are you? You understand me? Where are you from? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? What's your name? Like that.
I want to just show it my dick.
It seems plenty.
You think?
Oh, definitely. Do you know how many people are abducted that say, oh my God, they probed me?
I want to see its dick.
That's your question? Oh, let me see it. And then the AI is the alien's gonna be like, this is why we kill them. This is why we kill everyone we run into. That's why we just kill them.
This is why your ass is gonna be the appetizer tonight.
Every civilization always wants to see our dick, so we just kill them.
That's after the shock and awe.
Yeah, that's your first question.
My first, can I see your penis? Because as far if Hollywood and the depiction of aliens is based on some kind of real life experience, they don't have dicks, bro.
Or it doesn't have to be between their legs. They develop. It could be their fingers when they're touching you. They're like, oh yeah, this is it right here.
Oh, finger fuck you.
That's how they do it. Or maybe they do like plants.
Or maybe they kiss.
Like plants, they just one of them opens their mouth and the other one goes and freaking.
Oh, that gave me whole COVID vibes.
Because remember, it didn't develop like on Earth, so it could be totally different.
Their sex.
Yeah, their sex. They probably don't even have sex. Like I said, it could be like plants. You just mix them with freaking spores. The woman inhales it. Okay. They don't even think about it as sex like we think about it. They just think about it as, oh, we need to reproduce. Here you go.
Oh, it's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
It's time. Like a period.
Do you feel like reproducing? Yes. Okay, here you go.
I thought you were asking me. I was like, yeah.
And then she just lays an egg out of her mouth. Oh, there you go.
That's fucking disgusting.
And then they walk outside. They put it on a tree. They stick
Like a hive?
It's gooey, and it just grows there. In their planet, they walk around with grocery shopping, and then there's just seedlings on the trees. And sometimes they hatch and they just fly away. And so they develop and they get bigger. And they can't fly because they're too big now. Their wings fall off and they become.
We out. The basement phase.
I should write stories. Yo, what up, everybody? If you like what you saw, please click on some of the video links on the side. And please support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leave a little comment. And maybe we'll respond back to you. And hopefully you'll be a guest on our next episode.
Turn to God to disaffect. That's what to Trump. Now let's inspect to interject on what the young is spitting. I'm spitting for where the sacred texts are given.